That's 6 inches from my strings. That I can already feel. If I were doing like proper strumming, I would not want it this close. There's no way I would cope with that. But we're gonna have it there for this first one. I'm gonna start with the folky sounding song. Da, 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 da. Hi guys, it's Emma, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, then welcome to the chaos. I do all things music related on this channel, from putting up covers and show reels to show people what I am like if they want to book me as a working musician. But the main type of content I do, and the type of content I enjoy doing the most, is production, songwriting, and audio engineering style-y content. I am by no means an expert in the audio engineering side of things. I am still very much learning, and so a lot of that content is mostly just me documenting my learning process. Today's video is that style of video. I recently invested in some fancy new microphones, which you might have seen. If you haven't seen that video and would like to learn more about the microphones I'm going to be using in this video, I'll put a card around here somewhere. And I have some acoustic guitar parts for various projects I'm currently working on that I need to record. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to record some acoustic guitar. There are some general rules around what the best practices are considered to be to record acoustic guitar, in terms of like what gear you're going to use, what types of microphones you're going to use, and how you're going to place those microphones in the room. The basics are pretty much the same as most basics for recording, that you're going to want to, if you can, record in some sort of treated space. You're going to want to try and close in that space as much as possible, reduce the natural reverb so that you have more control over it. But sometimes you might want to actually play with acoustics to achieve a certain tone. So these rules aren't even rules that you generally follow to a T. Like with all things with recording, the main way that you're going to figure out how to record guitar that sounds good to you and that works with both your actual guitar and the style of music that you're trying to create is just to play around. Try out the different methods and try adjusting things. Literally moving microphones just a few inches back, forward, over to one side of the guitar, up and down the neck and stuff like that is going to drastically change the tone of the recording that you get. And then which one you go with is going to be mostly personal taste, but also somewhat what you're trying to create. So it's a bit of trial and error in figuring things out, and today I am going to be doing that trial and error and figuring things out to figure out what types of mic placements I will want to use to achieve different types of sound from my acoustic guitar to use on different types of tracks, because I have 3 tracks that I'm going to be using today. One is an alt-rock pop track that is very much my style of music. If you've listened to any of my songs, it's that sort of style of song, where the acoustic guitar is probably just going to be a texture in the mix. It's not going to be the main thing. One is a pop track where the acoustic guitar will be, I think, probably quite prominent in it, but it will be quite clean overall, I think. And the other is more of a folky kind of songwritery style-y song, and so the acoustic guitar on that is going to be the main instrument, other than the vocal. So I'm going to be experimenting with my mic placement today to figure out what I like best for each of those different songs. And I figured it would be quite fun to film the process for you guys so that you can both watch me struggle, and also because you might learn some things from watching me learn and experiment here. You might pick up some tips and tricks yourself, or you might just see me trying out a certain mic placement, hear how it turns out, and think that actually you're going to try that one out yourself. So, you know, figured I'd share it with you guys. Okay, so before we start the fun part of the video, we just need to go over a couple of things. The first general rule is that most of the time when you mic up an acoustic guitar, they tell you to mic it up around about here, around the 12th and 14th frets. And the other important thing is that you should try to mic it up between 6 and 12 inches from the strings. Currently I've got that sat at about 12 inches. 6 would be very close. My god. That's the advice you'll get online if you like just Google how to record acoustic guitar. In general, you're going to use a condenser microphone or a couple of condenser microphones to record acoustic guitar. I will be using my pair of microphones that I got recently, my SE4400 mics. So let's get started. I'm going to have to switch off this big main light because it heavy breathes, as you guys can probably hear. You can probably hear, if you can hear a sort of on the sound, that's that light. Unfortunately, that means it's going to be a bit gloomy in here, but you know, it's just mood lighting. It's mood lighting, isn't it? Just going to get the first song I'm going to work on up now. Oh, one last thing I did forget to mention that I'll just mention as I'm setting up right now, is that I'm also going to DI the guitar as I do this. It's not going to have any effect really on what you guys hear in this video because I just will mute the DI on this video, but I like to take a DI of acoustic guitar when I record it, because then I can add effects like an electric guitar. I can put it through amp simulators, I can add all sorts of effects to it, and a DI does sound very different. Okay, so setup number one. All of these setups are going to be with a room mic that I might move around a little. I'm just going to set you guys here. I'm going to start with the closest distance I can have it, I think, first of all. We're going to start with that main position that they say to put it in, of between the 12th and 14th fret. Okay, so I have the other mic positioned around 44 inches away. It's just about 1.10 meters. I think if I set it all around there, it should be good. Okay, let's give this first one a go. So I'm literally going to put it at the extreme of closest to 12 inches and see how we like that. So we've lost a lot of that body to the guitar by pulling it away like that. But also I think the slaps are sounding better though, because it's not as close when I'm doing the slaps. So I think I'm going to have it sort of at more of a medium distance between the two, which would be what, like 9 inches. Yeah, I'm going to try with it about there. Okay, I think that's the optimum distance. But that makes sense because the 6 to 12 is a guide if you want to be between that. And I think like smack bang in the middle there gives me a good balance of plenty of the guitar's resonance still coming, but not getting as harsher. I've just taken the gain down a little though. I hadn't gotten that level quite right. Let's try the other song that has a similar nature in terms of the guitar part is doing like this. I feel like this mic placement is not perhaps going to work quite as well for this song. So what I think I would like is I'd like to be able to get, I think, less of the finger movement as much as possible. And I want to get that nice thin sound, and I want to get some bassy resonancy sound. So I'm going to bring my room mic closer. So that's, I think, roughly right, but this one might want to go lower. Yeah, this one wants to go lower because I want to catch more of that body, so I want it like here. Yeah, that's going to work a lot better because I'm not getting as much of that, but I'm getting plenty of that and plenty of the sound coming from here. So I think that's going to work a lot better. So I'm going to move on to the other song and to some other possible close mic up techniques, or I might decide that this one works better with a distance mic up. We'll see. And I'm going to start with this current mic placement that I've got here, because this might work for it or it might not, I don't know. We're strumming on this one, so it's going to sound very different, and I am going to have to adjust my levels. I'm not feeling that. I'm gonna try, because I think that having the body mic will probably be good, but I'm gonna move this more to around where the sound hole is, I think. That's a lot better. I definitely don't think I want the thin sound on this at all. I don't need that thin fretboard sound. I'm going to try one more thing on this song. I'm just going to turn this mic down, I'm going to switch it to omnidirectional. Right, I'm going to try now recording with this body mic, getting that nice body sound, still on cardioid. I don't want that on Omni. But with my main mic on Omni, because hopefully what having it on Omni should do is get some room sound without having to have a room mic. So I'm going to try that, but this might end up just not sounding that great. It might be, who knows. I think that that's giving quite a nice full sound. And it's a lot fuller even than having the room mic. And I think maybe it's because it's still close to the guitar, so when you switch on the Omni, it's picking up even more of the nice resonance of the body, probably, because, you know, the cardioid is really quite focused on its area right in front of it. But when the Omni is on, you're getting more from those sides, so you're getting some of what this mic is picking up as well anyway, and you're getting what's coming from bouncing off behind. Okay, that's all my guitar parts tried out, and the different setups I wanted to try out. I think that so far I have discovered that I really quite like how, especially when I'm strumming my guitar sounds with a close-up mic near the sound hole, a bit more near the sound hole than near the 12th and 4th frets, 14th, not 4th, sorry, and one close-up mic that's pointing more towards the lower body of the guitar, especially when I want a nice full strum like that. I think that was sounding really good. When it came to wanting a cleaner sound, I wanted to get that thinner sound balanced out with that more resonaty sound and less of the finger sounds, so I didn't want it anywhere near the sound hole really, and I wanted it almost further away from the sound hole, and I wanted not really a room mic for that. There wasn't much point in having the room mic, I don't think, because the acoustic guitar is probably going to be, you know, it's not going to be very reverby, it's probably going to be really quite clean for the right kind of sound in that pop track. Whereas with the folky acoustic track, it was sounding quite nice having a room mic at a certain position. That was sounding really good on it. And I don't think that cleaner sound and having two mics up close to the guitar would have sounded as nice on that. So it just goes to show that you can really change the tone of the guitar so much just by where your mics are placed in the room. But we already knew this. This is not a new fact that I've discovered, but it's just, you know, demonstrated. And I think I've figured out where I would place mics for different types of sounds that I want to get out of my guitar. But discovering that having the close-up sound hole mic on Omni for that last recording I did, that sounded really good. So I think that probably what I'm going to go with is putting that mic on omnidirectional and having a body mic like that. I think that's going to sound good for that song when I record the guitar for that another day. That was my personal favourite, I think, how that sounded. But maybe you guys have a placement that you've tried that you think would work particularly well on one of these tracks. You know, maybe you have a particular placement, maybe you do a lot of pop guitar and you think that there's a specific mic placement I might want to try on that track. Let me know what placements you guys have tried, and if there are any that I didn't really, you know, anything I didn't really give a go in this video, because obviously there are endless different adjustments you could make to the exact placement of microphones. But if there's anything I didn't try in this video that you think I should give a try, let me know, because I have other little tracks that I am doing for my Inktober challenge, and I will be playing guitar on a lot of them, and I'm probably going to be producing them all in very different ways, so I'll want to just try out different recording and production techniques on them. It's part of the point of doing that challenge, is to just try stuff out. So feel free to share in the comments what your favourite mic placement for guitar is and why. You'll get to hear the final results of 2 of these in those Inktober challenge songs. The other one, the last one I was working on, is a secret for now. Okay, I hope that you guys have enjoyed watching me just sort of learn, is mostly what I was doing in this video, and try things out. And I hope it's encouraged you to maybe go and try out some different mic placements as well. If you did enjoy this video, then drop a like, a comment, all that good stuff that boosts it in the algorithm. And if you're new here, then hit that subscribe button. If you're not feeling quite ready to commit to something as permanent as hitting the subscribe button, because you know you can't undo that once you've done it, it's so rude. If you'd like to see more content before you make that decision, there'll be something recommended on the end screen right now. All of my socials are linked in the description below as always if you want to follow and support me on other platforms. And if you would like to see extras and behind the scenes from this video and other videos, I have a Buy Me a Coffee account, which is basically like a Patreon, but they also have an option that is not a subscription-based option to be able to send one-off donations to your creators that you want to support just to go, I liked your video, here's £2. Nice, thank you. But I also have a membership level that when you subscribe to that, you get access to various types of outtakes and behind the scenes content, including the extended cut bits out of this video. I think that is everything. I will see you guys next week with another video. I have no idea what I'm making for next week yet. I should figure that out